Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today's story is entitled I'm Worth So Much More Than the Games You Play. If this is your first time on my channel, please don't forget to subscribe, like, share, hit the notification bell so we can update you with amazing African folktale stories. Then let's dive straight into it. In the vibrant city of Yaoundé, Chantal Bessem's life was just beginning. At 20, she was a lively and ambitious young woman with dreams of becoming an English teacher. Her hair was dark and curly, framing her face, and her eyes shone with the brightness of youth. She lived in a modest neighborhood with her family, where her mother ran a small food stall selling delicious puff and beans. The Bessem family struggled financially, but they were rich in love and laughter. Chantal's siblings, two younger brothers and a sister, looked up to her as a role model. Every day, she would help them with their homework before she dove into her own studies. Her world changed when she met Mr. Che Peter, a kind and generous man who saw something special in her. Peter was a robust man, his hands calloused from years of work as a mechanic. His garage was always busy, with cars coming and going, and he took pride in his work. He was known in the Aubelais neighborhood not only for his skill with engines, but also for his big heart. Peter lived alone in a small apartment above his workshop, where the sounds of the city drifted through his open windows. When Peter first met Chantal, he saw beyond the surface. Her intelligence and determination captivated him. He began supporting her education, not as an obligation but as a way to nurture her dreams. Their relationship was built on mutual respect, with Peter often reminding Chantal of the importance of her education. "Chantal," Peter would say, his voice gentle yet firm, "the world is waiting for you. You have to be ready to take your place in it." Their daily interactions were warm and filled with small joys. Peter would surprise Chantal with textbooks and educational materials, always encouraging her to reach for more. They spent evenings together, with Peter explaining complex concepts in simple terms while Chantal absorbed every word. Over time, their bond deepened, with Peter playing a fatherly role and seeing Chantal's potential grow. Chantal's move to Bia marked a new chapter in her life. Bia, with its cooler climate and stunning views of Mount Cameroon, was a city buzzing with energy. The streets were alive with vendors selling fruits, fresh fish, and traditional clothing. Chantal settled into her new role at Lycée Malaiko with enthusiasm and dedication. As a teacher, Chantal was patient and engaging, known for her lively classes filled with discussions and interactive activities. She connected with her students, encouraging them to express their thoughts and explore the world through language. Her passion for teaching shone through, earning her the respect and admiration of her colleagues and students alike. Outside of school, Chantal was drawn into Bia's vibrant social scene, where she met Mr. Laonga Michael. Michael was everything Peter wasn't: sophisticated, charming, and with an air of confidence that was hard to resist. Tall and well-dressed, he had a way of making Chantal feel like the center of attention whenever they were together. They met at a local cafe, where Michael introduced himself with a warm smile and a firm handshake. "I've heard so much about you, Chantal," he said, his eyes twinkling with interest. "I'd love to hear more about your teaching adventures." Their conversations flowed easily, with Michael sharing stories of his work at Ecobank and Chantal describing her classroom experiences. Their connection was immediate, and soon they began spending more time together, exploring the city's restaurants, attending cultural events, and enjoying the beauty of Bia. As Chantal's relationship with Michael blossomed, she found herself entangled in a world of social prestige and sophistication that she had never experienced before. This new life dazzled her, making her feel as if she belonged to a higher social class, far removed from her past with Peter. Back in Yaoundé, Peter sensed the shift in his relationship with Chantal. She called less often, her visits became infrequent, and the warmth that once filled their conversations was replaced by an unfamiliar coldness. Peter's heart ached as he realized he was losing her to another man. Peter's daily life revolved around his garage, where he poured his heart into every repair job, hoping to distract himself from the pain of Chantal's absence. He was a fixture in the community, known for his reliability and generosity. Neighbors often stopped by for advice or a chat, appreciating Peter's wisdom and kindness. One afternoon, as Peter wiped the grease from his hands, he received a call from Chantal. Her voice was distant, and when he mentioned marriage, she hesitated, avoiding the topic with vague excuses. Peter's heart sank, and he knew then that she had moved on. Chantal's betrayal cut deep. She had been his partner, his dream, and his hope for the future. The realization that she had found someone else left Peter feeling abandoned and betrayed. He had sacrificed so much for her, and now, it seemed as though it had all been in vain. Determined to confront the situation, Peter reached out to Chantal again, asking to meet her. They sat in a small cafe in Yaoundé, the air thick with tension. Chantal explained her feelings, trying to be honest about her growing connection with Michael. "I never meant to hurt you, Peter," Chantal said, her eyes filled with remorse. I want something different." Peter listened, his heart heavy with sadness. He understood her desire for change, but couldn't shake the feeling of betrayal that lingered in his soul. He returned to his workshop, grappling with the pain of losing the woman he loved. Peter's heartbreak turned to desperation. He couldn't imagine a life without Chantal and felt powerless to change her mind. In his anguish, he decided to take drastic measures, seeking out Mama Kara, a witch doctor known for her dark magic. Mama Kara's hut was hidden in the dense forest on the outskirts of Yaoundé, surrounded by a thick veil of mystery. The air was heavy with the scent of burning herbs as Peter approached, his mind racing with a mix of hope and fear. The witch doctor was an enigmatic figure, her eyes as sharp as a hawk's. Her voice was low and steady as she listened to Peter's tale of love and betrayal. She nodded slowly, understanding his pain and desperation. "You wish to bind her to her broken promises?" Mama Kara asked, her voice echoing in the dimly lit room. "Yes," Peter replied, his voice firm despite the turmoil in his heart. "I can't bear the thought of her with someone else." Mama Kara agreed to help, but she warned Peter of the consequences of his actions. "This curse is powerful," she cautioned. "Once it's cast, there's no turning back." That night, under the pale light of the moon, Mama Kara performed the ritual. She chanted incantations, her hands weaving intricate patterns in the air as she summoned the spirits. The energy in the room crackled with intensity as the curse was cast, binding Chantal to a future of public embarrassment whenever a man attempted to marry her. In Bia, Chantal's life took an unexpected turn. Her once glamorous relationship with Michael became a source of stress and embarrassment as she faced strange and inexplicable incidents. Every time Michael spoke about marriage, Chantal found herself fumbling over words, tripping over invisible obstacles, and enduring humiliating situations. Her confidence waned, and she struggled to maintain the composure she was known for. Chantal's colleagues noticed the change, whispering about her sudden awkwardness and nervousness. Students, once captivated by her teaching, now witnessed her flustered demeanor, leading to whispers and speculation. Chantal's relationship with Michael began to suffer as well. He was supportive at first, trying to help her through the strange occurrences, but the continued embarrassment strained their connection. Michael's patience wore thin, and Chantal felt the pressure to solve the mystery that had overtaken her life. Desperate for answers, Chantal confided in her closest friend, a fellow teacher named Mireille. Over cups of steaming tea in Mireille's cozy living room, Chantal poured out her heart, detailing the incidents and her fears. "I don't know what's happening to me, Mireille," Chantal said, her voice trembling with frustration. "It's like I'm cursed." Mireille listened with concern, offering support and advice. "Perhaps you should talk to someone who can help you understand what's going on," she suggested gently. "Maybe there's a reason behind all this." Chantal considered her friend's advice, feeling a flicker of hope. She knew she needed to uncover the truth and find a way to break free from the strange occurrences that plagued her. Haunted by the mysterious curse and the strain it placed on her life, Chantal turned to the one person she knew she could trust, Peter. She realized that despite their separation, he had always been there for her, and she hoped he could help her find a solution. Chantal traveled back to Yaoundé, her heart heavy with fear and uncertainty. She arrived at Peter's workshop in the bustling Obelai neighborhood, the familiar sounds of clanking tools and revving engines filling the air. Peter looked up from under the hood of a car, surprised to see Chantal standing before him. Her eyes were filled with desperation, and he could see the toll the curse had taken on her. "Peter, I need your help," Chantal said, her voice breaking as tears welled in her eyes. "I don't know what's happening to me, and I'm scared." Peter listened intently as Chantal recounted the strange incidents and the effect they had on her life. His heart ached for her, and he felt a pang of guilt for the role he had played in her suffering. Taking a deep breath, Peter confessed to Chantal about the curse. He explained his actions, driven by hurt and anger, and the regret that now weighed heavily on him. Chantal was shocked, her eyes wide with disbelief as she absorbed the truth. Despite the betrayal, she realized that Peter's actions had come from a place of pain and love. She fell to her knees, her voice filled with raw emotion. "Please, Peter," Chantal pleaded. "Help me break this curse. I promise to make things right." Peter looked at her, his heart torn between his past hurt and the desire to see Chantal free from the curse. He knew he had to help her, and together, they decided to seek out Mama Kara to undo the damage. Peter and Chantal made their way to Mama Kara's hut, the forest around them alive with the sounds of nature. As they approached the witch doctor's dwelling, the air felt heavy with anticipation and uncertainty. Mama Kara welcomed them with a knowing look, her eyes reflecting the depth of her wisdom and power. She listened to Chantal's heartfelt plea, recognizing the sincerity in her voice and the regret in Peter's eyes. "You wish to break the curse?" Mama Kara asked, her voice steady and calm. "Yes, please," Chantal replied, her voice trembling with determination. "I want to make things right and move forward with my life." Mama Kara studied Chantal, sensing the change in her heart. She agreed to lift the curse, but she warned Chantal of the responsibility she now carried. "To break the curse, you must honor your promises and live with integrity," Mama Kara advised. "Only then will you find true happiness." Chantal nodded, her eyes filled with gratitude. She understood the importance of Mama Kara's words and promised to live by them. Peter watched her, feeling a sense of relief and hope for the future. As the full moon rose in the night sky, Mama Kara began the ritual to lift the curse. She chanted ancient words, her voice rising and falling like a melody as she called upon the spirits to release Chantal from her binds. The energy in the hut was electric, filled with a sense of transformation and renewal. Chantal felt a weight lift from her shoulders, a sense of freedom and peace washing over her. She knew that the curse had been broken and that she could now move forward with her life. With the curse lifted, Chantal returned to Bia, ready to face the consequences of her past actions and embrace a new beginning. She ended her relationship with Michael, realizing that it was built on superficial desires rather than genuine connection. Back at Lycée Maliko, Chantal poured her energy into her teaching, reconnecting with her students and colleagues. Her passion for education reignited, and she found fulfillment in helping her students discover the power of language and learning. Chantal's classes were lively and engaging, filled with discussions, debates, and creative projects that encouraged students to express themselves. She organized poetry readings, drama clubs, and writing competitions, fostering a love of English in her students. Outside of school, Chantal reached out to those she had hurt, seeking forgiveness and making amends. She apologized to her family for neglecting them during her pursuit of a new life and worked to rebuild her relationships with them. Peter remained a constant presence in her life, offering support and guidance as she navigated her new path. Their friendship grew stronger, built on mutual respect and understanding. Peter found peace in knowing that Chantal was learning from her past and growing into a wiser, more compassionate person. Chantal also found time for herself, exploring the beauty of Bia and reconnecting with nature. She hiked along the trails of Mount Cameroon, finding solace and inspiration in the stunning landscapes and breathtaking views. As she embraced her new life, Chantal discovered a sense of inner peace and happiness that she had never experienced before. She realized that true fulfillment came not from social status or material wealth, but from living authentically and nurturing the relationships that mattered most. Years passed, and Chantal found herself surrounded by love and joy. She met a kind and loving man, Jean, who appreciated her for who she truly was. Jean was a teacher as well, passionate about education and dedicated to making a difference in his community. They met at a teaching conference, where their shared love for education and community service sparked an immediate connection. Jean was warm and genuine, with a heart full of kindness and a gentle spirit that drew Chantal in. As they spent time together, Chantal and Jean discovered a deep bond that went beyond shared interests. They shared dreams of building a family, nurturing their students, and making a positive impact on the world around them. Their relationship was built on honesty, respect, and a shared commitment to living with integrity. Chantal felt a sense of belonging and contentment that she had never experienced before. She knew that Jean was the partner she had been searching for all along. Chantal and Jean married in a beautiful ceremony, surrounded by family and friends. The air was filled with laughter, music, and joy as they celebrated their union and the love that had brought them together. Together, they built a life filled with happiness and adventure. They traveled to new places, explored different cultures, and embraced every opportunity to learn and grow. Their home was filled with love, laughter, and the pitter-patter of little feet as they raised their children with the same values that had guided them. Chantal often reflected on her journey, grateful for the experiences that had shaped her into the person she had become. She cherished the lessons she had learned about love, forgiveness, and the power of redemption. Chantal's story became a source of inspiration for those around her, a testament to the power of love, forgiveness, and resilience. She shared her experiences with others, offering guidance and support to those facing their own challenges and struggles. In her community, Chantal was known for her wisdom and compassion, a beacon of hope for those seeking a better life. She volunteered her time to mentor young women, helping them find their voices and pursue their dreams with confidence and courage. Chantal and Jean continued to teach and inspire, creating programs that empowered students to think critically and dream big. They believed in the transformative power of education and worked tirelessly to ensure that every child had access to quality learning opportunities. Through her journey, Chantal learned the importance of staying true to herself and honoring her commitments. She understood that love was not about social status or material wealth, but about genuine connection and mutual respect. Her story was one of redemption, resilience, and the enduring power of love. It was a tale that transcended boundaries, touching the hearts of all who heard it and leaving a legacy of hope for future generations. And so, in the heart of Africa, amidst the vibrant rhythm of life, Chantal Bessem lived her happily ever after, a life filled with love, family, and the unbreakable bonds of friendship. Let us get your thoughts, feeling, ideas, and perspective on the comment section. So guys, we have come to the end of today's story. If you are new here for the first time or if you have been listening without subscribing, don't forget to hit the subscribe button, give us a big thumb up and stay glued because we have more amazing stories to share with you. See you guys again for the next one. Goodbye for now.